So it's July 5th, Cooks Park in Tigard, Oregon. They gave me a Tsunami 140, and I'm gonna head downstream around by the country club, a trip down memory lane. This is the pump station. We used to jump off of the top slats down here to the water. And I just took out this canoe. That's Cooks Park. That's where I launched from. And I'm going to go around this corner up here and see that spot at the country club I've been thinking about for years. So I'm just coming up on the first bend, coming downstream from the Cooks Park boat ramp. And this is where we actually walked down and fished this bank before. And I remember there used to be a rope swing over here somewhere. Alright, so I just rounded the corner to the left coming downstream from Cooks Park. And I think right up here on the right is the window of the country club. So I thought I'd turn on the camera, and as I see it for the first time, I'll have it on camera. But I actually should have rowed a little further, and I'm having to paddle with one hand now. A double-bladed paddle. I'm in a kayak, and my legs seem to be doing really well, so I'm encouraged by this too. I feel like maybe I'll go buy a kayak. Anyway, let me see if I can put this right here. Yeah, perfect. Well, there's the country club right up there, but I have to go a little further before I find the, I can see right now I've got to go around this next bend. Well, there's the back of Tualatin Country Club right there, but the window that I used to look out and have the longing was right up here on the left side. So as soon as I go around this bend, I should be looking at the stretch of river I used to always look at and feel forlorn that I wasn't out in. I'm about to hit a stick. Okay, that window that I used to look out of is right up there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see it from the water right. I can't see it from the water right here, but obviously I should be able to see it from up here because I had a line of sight from that window to the river, and I'm sure it's still there. So I'm going to turn this off again, but when I can look back and see that window, I'll turn around and film. So I've turned around, I'm facing kind of upstream again. I passed the country club, and you can't see it right there, but there's that tall little spire, and the window must be right through there, and it's just a little more overgrown than when I was a kid. But that's it, and I would look right down on this swath of river that I'm on right now. That's what I would look at. And it bends to the left there a little bit, and I'm going to continue on down, but this is a dream come true. That was, when I was 16, and I'm 53, so that's 26, 36, 46, that's 37 years ago. 37 years ago, I stared out that window and longed to be right here. 37 years it took me to fulfill this. Alright, I just made that video about a minute ago, a minute or two, and the country club was right across from me. This is the stretch of water. That's the country club up there. This is definitely, I can see the window almost, the leaves. So I was looking right down through here to right about here. Now, the interesting thing is there's a bridge right there, and I couldn't see that from the country club. It definitely looks like an old bridge that would have been there in the 80s. But, you know, just for landmark purposes, I'm getting ready to go under this bridge. Just coming up on that bridge, and there's actually like some pretty good little riffles here. I can't really even feel them on the kayak, though. I'm going through them. There's some rocks sticking up, too. Oh, I'm in shallow water. I see the bottom there. It's only like 2 feet deep here. All right. Thought I'd show that. So I just came under that bridge, and that's the Tualatin looking downstream from there. There's another bridge up there I see. So this one was a double bridge that was real close together. And here's a big black iron bridge up here. I just thought I'd film that. And the kayak, I forget the name of it, but it's doing really well. I like it, and my legs aren't hurting. This was a good learning experience. I came around the corner, and here's yet another bridge. And so this is what, my fourth bridge? And third or fourth? And I asked a fisherman, he said it was either 72nd or Tualatin Road. So just keeping track of where I'm at. And the kayak's working great, having a great time. Alright, so I'm sitting here on the Tualatin. This is my third or fourth bridge I've gone under, and it's the one I just showed in the last video approaching. And the fisherman said it was either Tualatin. He first said Tualatin Road, then he said, oh wait, maybe that's 72nd. So I'm guessing whichever it is, the next one would be the other. And I was going to give a quick review here on the kayak. It's a, well, there it is. What does that say? Actually, I don't think that shows the maker. But either way, I'll definitely make a note of what kayak this is. And it's worked just fine. It's actually pretty thin. It's a sit-inside, as you can see. It's the back. And it's worked just fine for me. It's not as stable as the canoe, but it's plenty stable. You don't have much carrying room, I'll say that. It's going to be hard to even put a cooler in here for fish. But I could put the rifles up on top, maybe a cami net, small cooler with a lunch, and I'd say that's about it. But what else do you need? It's great to be out here. There's the train. The train going by. I've turned around, I'm heading back towards Cook's Park, and went south of the 72nd or Tualatin Road Bridge, just maybe 100 feet, turned around. Now I'm at the railroad bridge, and there was a railroad. There's a train going across it. That was pretty cool. There's the diagonal boat ramp I was pointed out. But I went to one bridge south of here, and then just downstream from here, and then just a little bit further. So I'm going upstream now, but there's really no current, so you can't tell. Great day. That's a mink. That's a weasel swimming right across in front of me. He just dove. Oh, wow. He'll have to come back up. That was cool. I thought it was a nutria or beaver, and I got closer and it was a weasel. And this is the bridge just downriver from Tualatin Country Club. There he is. He just came up. See if he gets out on a log or something. Well, he's going all the way upstream there, but that's a weasel. So I just found this little creek on the same side as the Tualatin as the Cook's Park, but just a little bit downstream, right at the base of the double bridge, which is the first bridge you come to when you come out of the park. Right at the base of it, on the same side as Cook's Park, it's this little creek. And I came up it several hundred yards and found these little babbling rapids. And behind me, you can see it almost looks like a Florida stream. I mean, it's just, I don't know how much you can see there, but it just looks like a slow little stream going through any of the wetlands in upper St. Johns River Marsh. But that doesn't. And I'm in some pretty heavy forest. All right, let me turn around. I'll leave this running. I think I'm going to run out of batteries. Okay. See some of the scenery before I run out. I already ran aground on rocks a couple times. But I think I'm getting one of these kayaks. This thing is bulletproof. No rock's gonna hurt it. My leg isn't hurting in it. It damn sure doesn't have room for gear, I'll say that. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Probably going to run aground here just for a second. Now I'm coming back out. You might be able to see the high up there, there's the edge of the bridge. And I go under this branch, I come around this corner, and I'm back out in the Tualatin. But that was a really cool little detour. I didn't even notice this creek mouth on the way south. But the kayak went up at no problem. And these hard polypropylene plastic kayak and canoes are just bulletproof. You can run them into oyster beds, you can drag them across gravel, concrete, and they will not break or crack. So I think I need to get one of these. And they're pretty cheap. But anyway, alright, so here I am. I'm coming back out. Coming back out on the Tualatin right at the base of the double bridge. And hitting a rock. Worked out well. Had to lean back pretty far not to hit that. Look at that. That's the view to the south. That's the view to the south. I went around that bridge and down to the next bridge. That's the view to the north. That's the view of me with the creek behind me. It'd definitely be a cool place to take Mom. And I saw weasel, ducks, great blue heron, lots of other birds I can't identify, and quite a few kayakers and canoeists. Nice guys at that livery too, very nice young men. Alright, so I'm coming back upstream, and there is Tualatin Country Club. I just thought I would. And this is the very spot of river, right, I'd say starting right about here, is the very spot of river. And the window I looked out of is right up there, but there's trees grown up, and it might look like they have it shuttered or something. I can't tell, but those windows are still there. I went in the country club a few years ago with Mom, but this is the very spot. It's been 37 years that I've wanted to be here on the water while looking down from that window. And just way led on to way, and I never did it. I never got back here and paddled it in a raft, a motorboat, a canoe, a kayak, swam it, walked it. I just saw it many times from that window. And here I am, 37 years later, sitting right in that spot that my heart longed to be. And I just said to myself, I need to appreciate this. I need to appreciate this day and this memory. And I may never find myself in this place on the planet again in this world. I may never again get the chance to canoe or paddle down this area, especially and to see the area that caused such a longing in my heart years ago. That's it. So it's a special day, and this is a really cool spur-of-the-moment thing. I didn't even plan on kayaking, just came down to inquire about prices and couldn't resist taking a kayak out. 35 bucks for 4 hours, 45 for a canoe, for a two-person canoe. Well, there's a rope swing. I just came back upstream and passed the livery at Cook's Park and decided to come up here to the north. And there is a nice rope swing right there. That's part of Cook's Park. Look at that. Here's something you don't see while canoeing and kayaking in Florida. There's a couple little waterfalls. And it's right below a sign that says River Mile 10.2 Tualatin River, and has a picture of a bird next to it. But wherever that is, I'm River Mile 10.2. Guessing that's a birding trail or something. But yeah, maybe these are coming from pipes up there, I don't know. But two little waterfalls coming right down into the Tualatin River. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm heading back down. This is probably the last video I'll make, but this has been a wonderful day, and I thank God for it. So this is Cook's Park just coming into view again, coming downstream now. There's a rope swing over there that I pointed out earlier. It'd be fun to come back. I was 30 years younger. So I think I'm going to hang it up for the day to come back out with a canoe with Mom.